Okay, this video is right after the last one because I'm on a roll right now. Oh, it's gonna be hard for me to get up to really do these things. But I really want to talk about why I dropped out of high school because I feel like this is like one of the most controversial or more like reputable things I've really done or taboo things. I don't really tell people I'm a high school dropout simply because it's this fucking taboo. Kinda like, why the fuck would you drop out of high school? Uh, I mean, dude, I'm just asking people to look at like the school system as like objectively, not some idea of like, fucking, it's gonna make you smart just because there's books around. It's gonna make you smart just because there's teachers or something. No, dude, I'm just gonna be like for real and like straight up. I fucking hated that shit. That shit was absolutely stinky. Um, for the most part, this is gonna also be a rant about the American school system. For the most part, I couldn't be in school. Not because I didn't want to, because didn't want to, but mostly because I just couldn't fucking do it. I'm just gonna be fucking for real. It's another thing to have your youth to really grow up in such a really weird system. The more that I think about it, the more weird it gets because not only in high school are you doing this, you're doing this in middle school. You're doing this in elementary school. You're doing it, no, not in preschool, but you get the point. It's the same kind of system, you know? Uh, where just couldn't do the fact that I was waking up like at fucking 6 a.m., freezing cold, going to wait at like a fucking like dead bus stop with absolutely nothing to do, with like around people that I usually don't want to be around. Now, if school didn't have friends, then it actually just would be a prison. If you couldn't talk to your friends, if you couldn't just like, if you don't have like a established friend group that you like can fucking hang around in like every single one of your classes and like on your bus and shit, then yeah, that's amazing. That kind of what makes school worth it. You know, I really like my earlier days. Back during middle school, I really liked middle school. Back during early high school, I really liked my early high school sophomore year. That was where when I had like the most friends. Uh, but like it's still tiring. Though that's friends is the only saving grace that the American school system has, and even then you can't really talk to them. Well, especially the kids, they're more lenient about it in high school, but like it's it's insane. I couldn't imagine actually being in the school system in 2024. You're living in a collapsing society as we speak, and you're going to school. Haha, what the fuck? Why would you do that? You know, I was, especially after 2020. After 2020 is just all out the fucking window. You know, my grades were fucking ass. You know, my grades were always, well, my grades weren't always ass. I was actually an AB student before fucking sophomore year. Not before sophomore year, before freshman year. Uh, Freshman year and before, I was an AB student. No, I was with this shit. I was fucking with this shit even in sophomore year actually. Uh, I was doing all that. I was getting good grades and stuff, but I really, really could not do that shit anymore because even after you leave high school, even after months, even years, I have not stepped into high school for about a couple of years, and I still dream about it. I still dream about being in high school because the shit is literally made to just be a fucking place that you will always remember because it's like it's all the monochrome walls. It's the same walls that are in prison. unironically, it's the same type of walls, the fucking white bricks and shit. Those white little fucking white painted bricks that you fucking run your hand through the fucking little lines and shit. Yeah, that's the same types of fucking bricks they use in prisons. Just like the mono white color, the liminal spaces, just the click clack of the fucking administrator's fucking heels as they go down the fucking highway. It's just so absurdly liminal. And I feel like it sticks in your subconscious for a really long time, even if like you don't really notice it. It's like buried in like the American like collective subconscious of how schools are just laid out. Now, why is this a bad thing? Because there's nothing. There's no light. It's just white. It's just white. It's just white. White on white. White on white. Nothing. Uh, it's actually pretty depressing to think that we have children in such liminal, depressing spaces, not able to go outside. They don't kill fucking nap time. They kill fucking outside time. I've heard from like little siblings that they don't fucking do that shit no more. I'm like, what the hell? They done killed nap time. They done killed outside time for what? For fucking what? I mean, come on, dude. This shit is actually designed not to make you smart. It's not designed to make you smart at all. It, it's it's not giving kids like fucking works, like pages of work, of unintelligible shit that no one gives a fuck about, and just testing them on their basically. It's not it's not training your comprehension. It's not training pattern recognition. It's not training your ability to deduct skills and to notice shit and to be critically thinking on actually like like actual stuff that's real. We're instead just put in a system that really prioritizes discipline more than that. It prioritizes discipline. It's just discipline 100%. You if you leave the school system and you're not basically a 9 to 5 worker at heart, then the school system has failed you. Well, in terms of like of what they were meant to do, they have failed if you're not a mindless work slave. Basically, to be trained to get up when they say get up, to do your work when they say to do it, and just to put the paper where the paper got to go. And it's clearly that the school does not teach anything from the moment that people are born. We're put in this really fucked system of like fucking grade standardized testing and this fucking monochrome white hallways with like kids screaming and shit. It's and absolutely on horrible food. That definitely probably plays a contribution to America's health problem. Maybe not. But having chocolate milk every single time you have lunch isn't really a good idea. But I digress. It's it's just a really really fucked system. I could really get into all the problems, but I'm pretty sure you already know it because you have been required by law to fucking go through this shit. And the moment I was able to legally drop out, I fucking did. I swear to God, I was literally counting down the fucking days. I was like, holy shit, how many days before I fucking can leave this shit? Because number one, you're waking up at 6 in the fucking morning to be yelled at middle-aged menopausal white women. It's just not just them. It's just people in general, like people with authority in general. There's absolutely people in the school system that just abuse their power just to make themselves feel powerful, especially with little kids. I remember back in elementary school, I was in a class. Mind you, I was like 10 years old. 10 years old. I was a kid. I was a toddler, and I had to pee, as any kid does. They pee, and I went to the teacher, and I was like, "Teacher, I gotta pee." And the logical thing for anyone to do would be like, "Okay, go pee." No, no, she didn't do that. She didn't do that. She was like, "No, no, 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 you don't pee. No, no." I'm like, "Why?" Because she didn't give literally didn't give me any reason. I think she said like, "Oh, we went to lunch literally like an hour ago." Whoa, whoa, motherfucker! I didn't have to go to the bathroom an hour ago. You do? Like, come on, dude. That's something like you really like fucking like you can't really control that, especially to a kid, especially to a fucking kid. And I like I don't know what she was like thinking me to do. I was 11. I was like 10. I was a 10-year-old kid. What would I be doing other than maybe to other than using the bathroom? What would be the reason for to be denied access to the bathroom at that such of a young of an age? And I kept asking. I kept asking. I kept going back, sitting down, waiting like a couple minutes. I go back to teacher. Teacher, I gotta go pee. And she kept saying no. She kept saying no. That's the thing. It's like usually they'd cave in. They'd cave in about like okay, like if you keep asking like multiple times, they're like oh fine go. But no, no. This teacher was like no, fuck you. Sit down. Sit the fuck down. Basically, that's what she told me. Sit the fuck down. And I ended up peeing myself in the fucking classroom. In the classroom. I remember just standing up and just watching the pee just drip down my fucking leg. Like that shit's like burned into my fucking memory. Because this teacher had a power complex, especially among the little children. I remember like in elementary school, yeah, you're dealing with a whole bunch of little shits that don't really know anything. But then again, I remember so many times back in elementary school where teachers were just absolute dickheads, and like there is no reason why you should refuse like people to use the fucking bathroom. Even fucking prisoners don't have to fucking like ask that. They can go in the fucking cell and fucking use the fucking bathroom. You know, it's stupid. It's downright like stupid. And I feel like that just really puts in like that just really solidified the school system for me. So no, okay, these people don't want the best for me. They want me dead. And it's more to combat just to be obedient. That is the school system's whole purpose. Whole purpose. Be obedient. And I was not fucking with that. I was not down with that. Especially when I started fucking smoking weed and shit. Started fucking going out actually doing fun stuff. Like hanging out with friends, doing shit that life is about. I was not with that at all. You know, I hit junior year. I started getting more friends. I started hanging out more. I started doing like having the classic high school experiences. And I was not on that shit. And it's like, oh fuck, dude, I'm not on this shit anymore because, goddamn, you're literally going there. You're getting judged on how obedient you are, basically. And if you are, you're boo 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 whippy, and if you're not, then boo hoo. And it's fucking. It was horrible. It was horrible. Like even though if I didn't do anything, like I didn't do anything in my classes, but even as being there, just being there was just absolute torture. No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad as doing the work, but hey, being there still has an effect on you because it's just going to the same fucking classes. I was not on that shit, and with especially with like how like it just is structured. You're not structured to finish your work and learn. You're structured to just do it. The whole point of schoolwork is to do the work, not to learn. That's the point is to do the work. So I was not with that shit, especially if I'm not getting paid for it. Fuck that, no. And especially if you can just lie to on your job application. Yeah, I graduated. They're not gonna ask to fucking pull up your diploma right now. Maybe sometimes they might, but like then again, I just didn't feel like it was worth it, like at all, like at all. 5 days a week, I could. That's a part. That's a full time job. If I went and spent as much time on a full time job as I did with like school, as like people do with school, then people would get fucking houses. No, they get fucking actual. That's actual fucking income just by the work they're doing, you know. And these motherfuckers are doing it for free, just by staying in high school. But it's fucked, and I don't regret it. I do not regret it. I literally had fucking nightmares. After I dropped out like a couple of months, I still had nightmares about school. I like to say nightmares like maybe y'all motherfuckers would be like, oh, this dude's such a fucking pussy. Has nightmares about fucking a building. What the hell? But like this thing, still, the place was horrible. I wouldn't be like screaming, waking up. I like oh I wake up from like a dream I had of being in school and like this fucking teacher giving me all this bullshit, and I'd wake up. I was like, I'm glad I'm not there. I'm back. I'm so glad I'm not back there because especially now when everyone is. If you don't have any friends in high school, then there's no point. If you don't have any friends that you meet up every day in high school, then there's absolutely no point. It exhausting. Nobody wakes up at 6 a.m. Uh, and it's it's even worse for the teachers. You know, it's even worse for the staff because they have the illusion. A lot of them do have the illusion that they're actually helping kids learn, but a lot of them are just there for like a little check, and they really don't care. Some of them just can't teach at all. You know, and a lot of the time like just the whole grading system in general is just absurd because like there's so many factors that can go in other than actually comprehending the subject and just like saying oh it's just like so stupid just to like to put like a number like on a piece of paper and like give it a letter and be like oh there you are. Eh, it's just stupid. They're like treating like learning as like a fucking League of Legends rank or something, which I find absolutely absurd, and that's why I dropped out. I did get a whole bunch of fucking backlash, dude. My parents did not like that at one bit. They, I still don't hear the end of it, but I don't care because that shit's horrible. I fucking hated it. I'm glad I left. It's just fucked up. So I wanted to record another video, just a little small little tangent, uh, about school. Oh, especially about the fucking one. I've seen fucking videos of like schools having like kids like have clear book bags and go through fucking metal detectors and like go through fucking airport security type shit just to get to their fucking class to fucking do nothing. You're going through airport security to not even get on a plane. You're going through to just to fucking I don't know, fucking just write on a piece of paper about bullshit all day. You know, I couldn't do that. I really couldn't. I especially now, I'd say school would probably be worth it. Like maybe like in the early 2000s where you had like bunch of people were like talking to each other, but now people don't really talk to each other, and it's just fucked. It's just fucked. It's fucked completely. Just in general, it's just completely fucked. And I completely understand why people don't like the school system. But there's many other problems that's going wrong with the school system, not just this. So I just wanted to make another video. That's it.